Yeah, and that's interesting about the plan, because one of the things on one of the other podcasts we did about the old SHD process, which I'm sure you have an opinion on, the SHD process probably hasn't, like, on paper, looked great. Did it get executed? Not really. And then with the judicial review process that came in, like, that's been hanging around now for, like, there was a big watershed JR back in March or something like that, on a scheme down in the sound down by East Wall, and that, caused all sorts of mayhem. And I think the JR process, there's still problems around that, and that still hasn't been. Now, there was something in the paper recently over the weekend about trying to put costs on appealants now if their appeal for, or the request for a JR is not really substantial, or it fails. But it needs to be sorted out. So it's kind of like, if they don't sort out, and on paper, as you said, things are great on paper, but if they don't sort out the foundation, which is planning, which is getting planning, which is going to building, they're not going to hit those target numbers, of development.
100%. I think they need to act like they're in an emergency, and they need to sort out the roadblocks, and they need to, and they need to do that. They need to do that now. So I don't know if it's a planning czar or whatever it is, but as you say, those roadblocks are there. The developers will tell you this is the number one issue, other than financing, that they're facing, and I think, call it emergency measures or whatever, they need to be brought in, and they need to be brought in ASAP. Given what the data is showing us, our data on the number of landlords leaving the market is matched by other firms as well. So the data is undeniable.